What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Seeley Teach. Today I'd like to share with you my thoughts as a current U.S. medical student on how to study more effectively using a basic framework for learning, how to get from the middle of the class to the top 10%. Now, I know there are sources online that provide a lot of great teaching on how to learn certain material, but I find it would be equally useful to know about how to study and how to develop a system that you could routinely use in order to achieve your academic goals. So today I'll be giving you a bird's eye view about a basic framework for learning which helped me succeed in college and something that I'm continuing to use in medical school. So if you're a high school, college, or grad student who feels overwhelmed by a certain class and needs help creating a better study plan, I hope this will be helpful for you. The first and most important idea I'd like to share with you is that anyone can learn because learning is a process, but there is no shortcut. Learning is creating a pathway to bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be, what you know and what you don't know. And because it is a process, there are different pathways that you can take in order to get to your end point. Things can be learned in an optimal way. Therefore, the secret to learning is developing an effective learning system. So how do we do that? Well, think back to a time you ever learned something or a skill that you mastered. I know this sounds corny, but think back to the time when you first learned how to ride a bicycle. If you were like me, you rode yourself into the bushes and got cuts and bruises the first time around, but you got back up again. And whether or not you knew it, you kept practicing and adjusting yourself until you got better. So what's the theme here? Repetition. Like the old adage, repetition is the mother of all skill, but the best system allows you to repeat until you close the learning gap. So what's my system? Well, in any class, I always follow a simple process. I first set a specific goal, and this goal always has a timeline set within it. For instance, I might say my goal is to get at least a 90% on all of my practice exams so that I can ace the final in June, whatever. I then create a plan, and finally, I commit to that plan until I achieve my goal. In this video, we'll be focusing on how to create that plan. To begin, my study plan consists of 3 levels. First, there is the capture level. Second, I connect. And finally, evaluate and review. A very simple 3-step process. And as you'll see, it's a cycle. The general idea here is that you want to cast a wide enough net to capture the essential knowledge and put it into one central place. So as I'm reading my textbook and lecture slides and gathering information from online sources, I'm thinking about what are the fundamental core concepts that I can extract from here. I then type this up in a Word document since it's easier to add things to it and make changes later on. Now, the connect stage is where the bulk of the learning occurs. I think of my notes as a canvas. You're painting a picture of the knowledge you want to learn. And as I'm taking notes, I think of myself as my own teacher and use a talk-to-yourself writing style. There are different ways to take notes and learning aids, and in another video, I'll delve further into this and share things that worked and didn't work for me. But finally, I evaluate and review what I've learned. And evaluate means scoring yourself in at least 2 capacities: recallability and study consistency. In terms of recall, what percentage of the flashcards did you get correct and how long did it take you? For practice quizzes, it's the same thing. Measure accuracy of recall and time to recall. I do this in Excel, and doing this definitely helps prepare me for the time-pressured exams. And in terms of study consistency, I find it helpful to keep track of what I'm studying and how often. This is just a way to know where my weak spots may be and where I can better focus my time. Again, it's a cycle. So remember, the system is simple. You want to capture, connect, and evaluate your progress. Repeat that system until you reach your academic goal. Whatever it takes, as long as it takes, anyone can learn. So that's it. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please like this video. Thanks for watching, and as always, study well.